Chicago Bears are 7-3, and here's what I saw yesterday. I heard this. Well, it's not really sustainable. All right, let me look at something real quick with you. Oh, they were better than the Vikings on third down. They rushed for 140 yards. They never turned it over, and they dominated time of possession. That feels sustainable to me. Well, it's ugly. Well, Denver's winning ugly. Philly's winning ugly. The Jags always win ugly. Chicago's got the second best rushing attack in the league, fourth in total offense, top 10 in yards per play. Those are the numbers Vegas cares about. That feels legitimate to me. Their number one issue is actually, and you have this with young teams, you saw it yesterday with Seattle, you've seen it with Green Bay. The problem is too many penalties. Well, you got a new coach, he's young. You got a new quarterback with this coach who's young, he's young. They make mistakes, but you can clean that up. You can't create a lousy run game and turn it into a great run game by Thanksgiving. I can take a team that has too many penalties and clean it up by Thanksgiving. So, I mean, Chicago's won 7 of 8. It feels totally legit. Who's winning beautifully? Buffalo? No. Denver? No. I mean, I see a young coach. I see a young quarterback. They've got a lot of, they're great in the fourth quarter. It feels very much like Denver to me. Does it not? Young quarterback, great play caller, nice offensive weapons. The Bears defense, they're getting Jalen Johnson back, is the cornerback. But even without him, they take the ball away. So look at their division for the Bears, people say it's not sustainable. The Vikings are lost offensively. Green Bay wins, but their identity is funky. I'm not sure. Matt LaFleur wants to run, but they can't. So they pass reluctantly, but it works. And Detroit, again, Ben Johnson left that offense. Detroit's offense is not the same. They hired within the organization. Not a fan of that. It doesn't look good. So, Chicago and Caleb, there's too many penalties. They're flawed. But here's what they do. Tell me if this stuff is sustainable. They run the ball as well as almost anybody in the league. They don't turn it over, yet they take it away from you, and they're excellent playing from behind, which has always been a have and have-nots line of demarcation. Can you play leading? Can you play trailing? So when you have a great run game, you can play with a lead. You can kill the clock. The question is, great run teams often, this was always the knock on Lamar Jackson, do they play well from behind? No, Chicago does.
Yeah, the Chicago Bears are a fascinating team. And listening to Colin talk about them is really interesting, because the Bears keep now winning a lot of these one-score games. And Colin talks about how that's like that's a skill, right? But then when he was talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, he's like, well, last year they were, whatever the heck they were, 11-1, 10, whatever it was, in one-score games, and now they're like 1-5. And he's like, see, it's not sustainable. But now he's arguing that it's sustainable with the Chicago Bears, which is just something to point out. I think you should just be so beyond excited about the Chicago Bears right now. They're not supposed to be elite right now in year one with Caleb and Ben Johnson, a new coaching staff, a quarterback who literally had zero support last year, just a mess of a team, a franchise that has been a mess for years and years and years. You're not supposed to hit the ground running and just be dominant and great and be the 2018 Kansas City Chiefs. Think about how the Kansas City Chiefs came on the scene in 2018 with Mahomes. That literally took years of foundational work of building that roster, of building up Patrick Mahomes, of Andy Reid having, a decade plus of head coaching experience, right? Being settled in Kansas City with ownership, the GM, right? Like working with Kelsey and Alex Smith and Tyree, just understanding that team to its core. It took a decade plus in the making. This has literally taken 1 year, 3 month, 5 will be giving, and say since like March or something, So yeah, so the whole nitpicking of like, well, is this sustainable, this, that? Listen, in isolation, yes. If you're trying to really evaluate how great is this team, right now, you went up against J.J. McCarthy, who played not good at all. This Minnesota Vikings team has been struggling. We can say that the Vikings defense is great and all that. That's all well and good. It did take a last-second field goal to win this game against a quarterback who literally had nothing going on, right? Literally, he had like, what was it, 70 yards? As I'm looking for my notes right now. I mean, J.J. McCarthy had nothing going on. And so then, yeah, if you want to take that approach, you absolutely can take that approach. Okay? Before that final drive, he was 10 for 24, 74 yards, 3.1 yards per attempt, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a passer rating of 14.9. And then he marched down the field and took the lead. And you're like, oh my gosh, the Bears could lose this game right now. And if it wasn't for an awesome kickoff return, very well could have. And so you're just like, what does that mean? Can we chalk that up to, oh, it was a divisional game, this, that, and the third, good defense on the road, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, right now, I think it's fair to kind of look at it really from all the angles. I feel no need to only look at it from the one angle and just celebrate nothing. But I also don't feel the need to take the other side of that spectrum and just say, well, who have they really beat? It's like, well, they beat the Commanders, they haven't been good. They beat the Vikings, but they haven't been good. They beat that, they haven't been good and blah blah. Who have they actually beat? And it's just like, honestly, the Chicago Bears feel so ahead of schedule that it's just not even funny to me right now. And I think also just seeing Caleb Williams play right now should excite you, because they're still not even optimizing optimally within the system. We always say like, oh, system quarterback, game manager. And it's just like every great quarterback is going to be able to, every elite quarterback, every all-time great quarterback needs to be able to be a game manager and a system quarterback. When we say system quarterback, that means like, that's all you can be. But you need to be able to play within the system and maximize it and optimize it and elevate it and make it and execute it at the highest level. And the Chicago Bears aren't even doing that yet. So even the true system and the true greatness of Ben Johnson hasn't even been unleashed with Caleb just yet. We've seen moments of it, we've seen pockets of it, and it's awesome. And that's why I always talked about that when the Bears have been winning, it's like they're leaving, say, 25, they're leaving about like a touchdown or so on the field, and that once they kind of are able to run the system, they will be that 30-plus points per game team, like we've seen the Chiefs, the Lions with Ben Johnson, etc. And so we haven't even seen that yet. But seeing the other aspect now where Caleb needs to bail you out, where he needs to make great throws on the run, or just avoid sacks, avoid negative plays, absolutely. Like Caleb's numbers in this game were nothing special at all, right? 50%, 16 for 32, 193 yards, 0 touchdowns, right? Like this was hardly anything. 68.9 pass rating. And Tom Brady talked about it as well, where he was just like, this is not really like the best passing game. Like this has really been more of a run game more than anything. And again, that's okay, because Caleb in a game like that didn't make any fundamental mistakes. You had 3 key, I shouldn't say key drops, but you had 3 legitimate drops, which obviously have legitimate consequences. And there were moments that Caleb could have literally had his head knocked off that he didn't. Those are game-changing plays. Not every game are you going to need your quarterback to lead the charge to throw for 310 yards, 3 touchdowns, and make a whole bunch of beautiful scrambled throws down the field, right? Not every game is going to be what we saw Josh Allen have. And that is the benefit of having also a great coach, is someone who's also understanding that, who's going to want to run the ball, right? And I think in a game like this was a very winnable game for the Vikings. And what did we see J.J. McCarthy do? Make mistakes. Make mistakes. What do we consistently see quarterbacks who are not experienced or not good in these types of games? They make mistakes. They give away the game. They lose the game rather than win the game. And Caleb made winning plays. Ben Johnson made winning play calls. Designed winning game drives. The defense? I mean, I think it's a little bit hard to 100% evaluate the defense in a game like this, because this is J.J. McCarthy's, 5th game in his career? 5th or 6th game? So, he's far from a finished product. But I still just think all in all, this is a really successful team right now, what they've been able to accomplish, especially when you put all the circumstances in context. If you're looking at this through the lens of like, well, really, how great are they? Are they a Super Bowl contender? Caleb Williams, is he really? And it's just like, I think you're looking at it through too narrow of a lens at that point. And so I think if you're a Chicago Bears fan, it should be nothing but optimism, because you're moving You're continuing to move in the right direction. Your quarterback is continuing to look more and more comfortable. Your head coach is absolutely proving all that he is worth. You're finding ways to win games, and you're still so far from the finished product. And if you want to zoom in and say, well, you're beating the Vikings and you're beating this, it's like, that's fine, that's fair. But there's plenty of teams that are not doing those things that they're not even doing those things. So, credit to the Chicago Bears, credit to Caleb, Ben Johnson and company. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. You're no longer at the bottom. You're no longer at the bottom. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears after winning 7 of their last 8 games? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much.